Hello everyone, this is Genius Yoshi, and today we're playing Cinderella, Melody Weaver, and Princesses. Because Cinderella's special ability is whenever she sings a song, all our other princesses get +1 lore for the turn. Otherwise, her stats are a little bit disappointing. Singer 9 is, well, it's interesting to be playing some of these new mega songs that are around, but that's not what we're going to be playing her for today. It's really for her beautiful voice that allows us, if we're going wide, giving +1 lore on all our other princesses can be quite impactful. But the first question that a crazy deck builder like myself asks when seeing a card like this, can I do it multiple times in a turn? So, well, she needs to sing, so she has to exert to use the song, which makes it a bit tougher, which means we need an ability to ready Cinderella in order to use it multiple times in a turn. Okay, well, what can ready? And our options are a bit more limited here. Moana can ready a character, but all our princesses can't quest afterwards. And while Moana is really good in a princess's deck, so we'll be including 4 copies of her, it's kind of anti-synergistic. Yes, Cinderella can sing more songs. Yes, we can give more lore to our princesses that can't quest. So, a bit of anti-synergy, not what we're looking for, but still a pretty good card. Lefou, Instigator, allows us to ready our character, and Lefou's pretty cheap. So we can sing, Lefou ready our Cinderella, sing again. It's a sing-along, and yeah, readying our Cinderella is the way to go. So Lefou is going to be one way to do that. And the second way to do it is going to be go to distance, which brings up the question, can we go to distance with this deck and ride Pegasus to new highs and double or triple tick off of Cinderella? And now that's really nice because Cinderella can sing go to distance, target herself, re-ready, and go to distance replaces itself. It doesn't get much better than this, except we can only do it if we have a damaged character. And we need to ready that damaged character, so we really need to have Cinderella be damaged, which adds a level of trickiness to the deck. Well, first thing that comes to mind when we're talking damage is Titan Ambition, which plays perfectly in our strategy, gives us a song that's cheap, gives us a removal spell, gives us a way to damage our Cinderella. So Cinderella gets to sing Titan Ambition, or we just hard-gassed it, and then we can sing Go to Distance, and have our Wombo combo go on. So let's take a look back, and right now this does not look like a princess's deck, so let's go ahead and add some princesses. What can we add? On the 4-drop, we're going to add some Cinderella's Gentle and Kind, because, I mean, she's quite decent. Even, she didn't see that much play in the first chapter, except in Princess's deck, but she's still one of the best 4-drop princesses. I have to say one of, because we all know what the best 4-drop princess is. Yes, it's Rapunzel, gifted with healing, which will be included in 4 copies. Card draw, healing, princess, auto-include. As long as we still have Pixelborn budget for this video. So, Rapunzel it is. We're going to be playing Ariel. She's a princess, she fetches songs. What more can we ask for? So, nice inclusion of princesses. An Ariel that can't sing is not what I'm looking for. Mulan is quite an interesting princess. Now, I really like Mulan here because we're already playing Lefou. We're already playing Go to Distance. So we have ways to ready Mulan so she can get multiple ticks. So now, suddenly, we have Cinderella that can threaten increasing the lore value of all our princesses thanks to singing songs. And we potentially have Mulan that through combat and banishing opposing character can give a bunch of our princesses plus lore. So we're encouraged to go wide princesses. And Mulan kind of already synergizes with stuff we're playing, so auto-include. Cinderella Ballroom Sensation. Well, if we're going to go wide, we're going to need some cheap princesses, and she's the best of the bunch. Going to be playing some Rapunzel Sunshine. Nice willpower. I mean, nice willpower, nice ability, 2-drop. I wish he was a 2-quester, but whoa, Genius Yoshi, you're asking way too much. It'd be a very good card then. And still a pretty good card, so we'll be including a full playset. And then as we move along, we're going to be playing the injured soldier Mulan. Enters play with 2 damage, not overly relevant. I mean, becomes a target for go to distance, but really it's one of the only other 1-drop princesses. If we sort by cost, our options Kida. This is between Kida and Mulan. I don't know. With the synergy, with the healing of Rapunzel, it gives us a nice prime target to draw some cards. We can heal her with the other Rapunzel, and suddenly Mulan becomes stronger than Kida. I don't intend on playing the bigger Kida in this deck. So, yeah, I think that's our lineup of princesses. If we're looking, we have a pair of 1-drops, have some 2-drops, okay. Not quite what you'd expect for a princess, and doesn't have typing, but still quite useful. A nice 3-drop princess, pair of 4-drops, and some nice 5s over here. And in terms of song, we have 2 songs. We're a little lacking in songs. So let's see what are our options there. Classification, song. We have Be Our Guest. Let's play some Be Our Guests. It's a song that replaces itself, and we're really going after triggers, going after inkables, and we want a nice quantity of song to make sure that Cinderella can sing, Ariel can hit them with her ability. So Be Our Guest is actually pretty good. Also, we can use Be Our Guest to fetch one of our payoff princesses, so they kind of go in a loop. That's pretty nice. We'll be playing Painting the Roses Red, again because it's a song that cycles itself. And we'll be playing the Bare Necessities because that card is awesome. And if we're going to go wide, then one of the biggest problems to it, grab your sword, be prepared. Both our songs, we can hit them with the Bare Necessities and go wombo combo and denial at the same time, which is the best of both worlds. In terms of other songs, well, we could consider Some of the World's Greatest Criminal, but people are typically going after 3 and below power character, which is why Madame Medusa is so powerful and disliked or loved in the metagame. Depends on which side of the fence you are. If you're on the Ruby Amethyst side, you'll love Madame Medusa. If you're a Steel player, not so much. But I digress, because we're already at 60 cards, so our deck is complete. We have 4, 8, 12, 20 songs. That's nice. Critical mass for Ariel, critical mass for Cinderella. Cinderella and Mulan synergize very well with Go to Distance, Lefou. Also, the healing is relevant for Mulan, especially if she gets double combat. Healing goes with the other Mulan, which is kind of a team. Mulan's the princess that just goes to war and wins it for you. A nice 1-drop singer. Overall, the deck feels fairly synergistic. We get to play Go to Distance seriously, and I think that's going to lead to interesting results. But we will see that in action with some games coming right up. We're playing against Sapphire Steel using our Cinderella Tribal Princesses deck. Alright, we have the Bare Necessities in this hand. 2 copies is too many. And we can ink 1. Heat and Ambition. We only have a Lefou as an early play. I think I'm going to go dig a little bit for something more. Send back the 5 drops. Send back another Bare Necessities. Let's just try to dig for something better. And we're seeing a lot of scars from that mulligan. Teeth and Ambition is the name of the hand, or the name of what we're going to be inking all over the place. Let's ink 1. Landy Mulan and pass the turn. an ambition. That was Floodborn? But boom, goodbye, Mulan. Yes, Floodborn. Oh, let's make another one. So the opponent is getting ready to flavor shaman some stuff. That'd be cool, like in Warcraft, if you build a shaman and you call him Flavor Shaman. I don't know. Be kind of interesting. Fire the cannon. Opponent does not like damage Mulans, just damage warrior. Pew! Another one. Pow! Like the very old Batmans with the sound effects that show up on the screen. I want to land a Lefou. Not particularly. Maybe I just wait and land Cinderella. Yeah. Take it slow, make it happen. Play too many Cinderellas, too many Rapunzels. Heal your way to victory. When in doubt, play Rapunzel. She gets the job done. Ooh, and we find ourselves with a copy of Big Cinderella. I want to keep that. I want to keep one Rapunzel. But Cinderella is a better play on an empty board than the Rapunzel, so I guess I have to sacrifice one to the vortex of ink that just keeps on siphoning all our cards and spewing black stuff. That just bleh. Ink here, print stuff, print stuff. Cyan, magenta, yellow. Yeah. And the opponent lands a tragic hero beast, as we're sitting with a subpar princess. Bare Necessities. Not worth it. Opponent's more items than songs at this point. But we can land the Big Cinderella. And I think we can safely quest with the smaller Cindy. Cinderella, gentle and kind. Solid stats, Singer 5 with a healing ability. No shame in playing that card. Opponent sends a beast to fight, which means that swords have been grabbed, damage has been done, and Rapunzel is ready to be played at least. And that beast now has some damage, so it hits like a truck. But it doesn't draw cards anymore. Never mind. Opponent goes for the card draw. Popsicle is not just something that Flaversham eats for breakfast. So heal our Big Cinderella. Be our guest. Not exactly what I want here. I think I'm going to ink it. Might as well go to quest. Dangerous, but I gotta win somehow. And our opponent gaining a bunch of cards every turn from the beast. It's gotta be soon. It's gotta be fast. It's gotta be a hero. That's the Ariel from the new set, right? She quests for a ton and she wards. While you have more items in play than your opponent, she's a 5 quester. I don't like it when our opponent's playing 5 questers. They're intimidating. Well, we're gonna have to land our Mulan. Opponent chooses to not go for combat. We'll land a Mulan. And do we go to quest? Opponent doesn't have a smooth challenge on either. And gives us a nice Mulan backswing. So I will take the 4 lore. Seems to be worth it. Opponent has a lot of cards and a lot of ink, which is a lot of scares for me. Especially if we can land a Moana next turn. This is a very interesting board. With the singing, we can boost the lore. With the challenging, we can boost the lore. And then Moana would allow us to do extra combats. Take down our opponent. Opponent decides to just go to quest. I mean, when you have a 5-quester, you go to quest. Giving bodyguard to beast, I imagine, so we don't shut down Ariel. But we have go the distance, which is interesting here. And I think we'll want to leverage that. So we send Rapunzel, hit it for 1, send Mulan, trigger this. Then we want to heal Mulan, and hardcast go to hardcast go to distance, ready Mulan, heal Mulan, and then take out Ariel. I think that's the play. Rapunzel, mini hit. Mulan, mega hit. Mulan triggers. Alright. Then we have we can sing it or we can hardcast it. I think I want to hardcast it. Ready Mulan. Pick up another song. Heal Mulan so she doesn't die to the combat. Pick up 3 cards. Seems like the right thing to play. Take out Ariel. And Cinderella gets the quest for quite a bit. And we get to ink card. Don't need the second Mulan, I don't think. That's a cool board. And we went the distance. Pegasus did his stuff. My opponent lands a Tamatoa. Popsicle getting ready for a dangerous play next turn. Dangerous levels of questing. But I think we'll have lethal because we have another go to distance. We have the Teeth and Ambition, so we can damage our Cinderella. Then double sing, giving +2 lore to all of our characters. So we can quest for 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hardcast. 2 damage to Cinderella, 2 damage to Tamatoa. Then we can start singing. Sing it. A sing that does nothing except trigger. And then we can sing again. Be our guest? Yeah, be our guest. We can find... Oh, Lefou. Lefou's really nice. Lefou allows us to go even deeper on the combo. Lefou ready Cinderella. Painting the roses red. One's fine. Trigger again. What do we find go to distance? Ready Cinderella. So we can sing another Be Our Guest. This time we run out of hits. But triggers again. And our Rapunzel quest for 6. As we take out the opponent in a magnificent display of princesses. That was cool, I must say. We're playing against Emerald Steel, one of the decks of the moment, with the Chipmunk of Doom wrecking ravages to its opponent's hands. We have a Mulan into Rapunzel. See, feels like a nice start. Don't need a double Moana. Don't even need Lefou right now. So send those back. Find Rapunzel healer. Alright. Pair of Teeth and Ambitions, too many. But hopefully we can go the distance. First, we'll open up with the damaged Mulan. Just a nice little 2-1 that can be healed. Then that's Princess. Win-win in my books. Now if we have a bunch of characters that enter play damage, we can build around it a bit more. Makes Rapunzel a powerful card. Because it wasn't good enough before. There's Bucky. Well, Bucky is a problematic card. As much as I like spamming go the distance, nah. Link Cinderella will have to throw one of these away. I'll offer to trade with Bucky, which I don't think the opponent's going to take it. Squirrel of Doom. Do you have the 3-drop Floodborn? That's the problem with this card. You can keep on developing your board while destroying your opponent's hand. And hand is ink as well as cards, which means we'll be very reliant on landing a Rapunzel for 2 or 3 if we have any hope of coming back. Have to send away a go to distance, which disrupts our combo. We had a very nice wombo combo hand. As the turn passes back, don't think I can afford the Bare Necessities. I want to take out that Diablo before he deals too much damage. Can afford to hardcast. Goodbye. And then let's heal Mulan. Go to quest. 2-0. At 5-3 cards in hand is really the better metric at this point. A little sunshine over here as we're playing this gloomy game. Flynn Rider Floodborn makes us discard another card. This time we'll take out go to distance. They're going distance to the discard pile. Not where I want them to go. At the very least, we have Rapunzel to refill our hand. Make sure that Mr. Flynn over here doesn't do too much damage. It's one of the problems of this deck. We don't have super heavy card draws. We're very reliant on that Rapunzel. And we'll have to ink something too. Sudden Chill. Well, goodbye Cinderella. Our opponent's also running quite low on resources. How do we get a Lefou? Oh, and opponent... Okay, so that's why the opponent was hesitating, because now Bucky can be taken out. And I will most certainly take that takeout since it nets me an extra card. I can freely quest with Mulan. No danger whatsoever. Aladdin is getting inked as the big beast is coming in. Flynn can quest for 1. That is fine. That is fine. Now what do we do here? Do we Ariel Lefou? Well, Beast probably doesn't want to challenge too much. And Beast and Flynn would have to team up against Rapunzel. That doesn't sound great. And if the opponent challenges with Beast, yeah, we get a good counter with Mulan. So let's ink an Ariel, land a Mulan. Bigger Mulan. And go to quest with the squad. With with how wide this board is, the opponent has to be careful about Mulan. We have to be careful about our cards in hand facing that Flynn too. Small Diablo comes in. Opponent gets to look at our hand. Alright, you know about my Lefou and my Ariel. Ooh, another Flynn. Opponent just passes the turn back. We could quest a 12, but then we do need to commit something to the board. I think we just want to go wide mostly. Let's land the Ariel, see if we can pick up a song off of it. It's a Be Our Guest. Let's hard cast it, see if we can find something. Find a big Cinderella, which is quite interesting. Then we'll just keep the cards in hand. Start threatening lore. 12 to 3. Because at this point the opponent's going to start outcarding us, and I want to force him into some combats. I guess the other option is just wait a turn, drop Cinderella, and then eventually win off of the song triggers. But if the opponent has more discard, it can be a bit problematic. Throw away Be Our Guest. If the opponent gets greedy and we get to Lefou or Mulan, we can sneak in some extra value. Opponent's careful. Or is it? We can see the targeting on that beast. Opponent's thinking about it. Because otherwise we quest the 12. Opponent can go to 16. So if the opponent can empty out our hand, opponent has lethal. Okay, beast comes in, does a bit of work. Alright. And opponent lets in Diablo. So 2, 3, 4. Plus 3 is not enough, but with the Lefou's going to give us the win. So Mulan can fight Diablo. Mulan triggers. Everything gets +1. Lefou comes in, readies the Mulan, and we take out the beast. Triggers one more time. And we take the win against a very competitive deck. I'm surprised that deck fared this well. Now, we did have the primetime Rapunzel, and I think most cases the Steel Emerald is going to win, but got a nice win over here. We're playing against Emerald Amethyst using our Melody Weaver 9-singer extraordinaire. As we have Rapunzel, Go the Distance, Ariel, Penny Rose's Red, Bare Necessities, and a Moana. Oh, that's 2, 3, 5. Don't need that many Bare Necessities. We'll send one back. See what we can pick up. Another song in Be Our Guest. I don't really want Be Our Guest at the current time. Off to the ink. See what our opponent is planning to play. A Mim goes to the ink, and a Pegasus, so hard aggro it is. That's going to be a hard deck to beat. Bare Necessities is not the... well, maybe the opponent's playing Ursula. So ink... ink Painting the Roses. Open up with Rapunzel. The happy card for the happy card game. Sunshine. Which, based on the picture, should have the ability, whenever you play this 2-drop that's inkable, play Lantern for free from your deck. Sorry. I found that lack of fairness disturbing. Opponent inks another min, and Ursula, take her out of songs, is gonna hit us. That hurts. Bare Necessities is gonna hit the bin, I imagine. As the opponent's taking the time to read Go the Distance, figure out what in the world we're doing. Bare Necessities goes out. Refined Teeth and Ambition. Can I ink Go the Distance to land Ariel? Ooh, and we miss. That's unfortunate. Can take out Pegasus. I think I'll keep it as a source of inkability for the future. As the Spectacular Singer was a little less than spectacular. Hopefully it's not a big Ursula coming down. Deceiver of all. Though I guess that could be just the pure Ursula deck. Jiao. What is Jiao? Jiao, Connoisseur of Climbing. When you play this character, chosen opposing character gains Reckless. As a 1/4/2 quester? Okay. I get the appeal. Gonna have to ink Go the Distance, and we must take out that Diablo. And we have nothing else to play, so let's just hardcast. To the Ariel, to the Diablo. Goodbye. And we'll heal back our Ariel. So Ursula doesn't just take her out. Getting ready for Moana of Motunui. With Rapunzel, it's a pretty nice combo. We get a quest with Rapunzel, get a quest with Moana, then we get a challenge and we get a heal. Fun princess stuff. If only princesses had a bit more power. Well, I guess our Imperial soldier Mulan does. My plan is probably to ink whatever comes off the top of the deck, assuming it's inkable. Ooh, big Pegasus. I'm okay with that. 2 quester, evasive, and give evasive to all of your characters until your next turn. This opponent is going very evasive. I feel like I need to ink that Ariel to make sure I can play Moana and setting up a Mulan. With Mulan, Moana, Rapunzel being quite candyful in terms of wombo combo-ness. Which language am I speaking? I'm not sure. You tell me. Let me know in the comments below. YouTuberism, I think. Let the race begin, as the opponent's playing a slower play with Merlin Rabbit, which I'm quite happy. Don't have too many answers to a bunch of evasive high questers. Titan Ambition round 2. That's quite interesting. Well, we'll open up Mulan. Then we can quest with our 2 princesses. Quest with Moana. Moana will trigger. Get a ready our other princesses. I guess we can take out Ursula if we want to. I'm not sure we want to though. That's the question. So we Titan Ambition, deal 2 to Ariel, 2 to Ursula, heal Ariel, hit Ursula. Then Merlin can fight Ariel, but then be weak to Mulan. Well, let's just keep the Titan Ambition. Let's take the free challenge here. And we can't quest again, but we can heal. Free damage on Ursula. Although the real threat right now is the Moana Mulan wombo combo. Because the opponent can use Pegasus to challenge Moana, but then that'll open up our Titan and Ambition. And I'll be quite happy to take that trade. Opponent decides to bounce back Ursula. She comes into play. She'll pick out our Titan Ambition. Opponent has 4 questing power. So that's 14 plus maybe 3 this turn. Oh, 2 guaranteed this turn. I don't think the opponent can put 4 lore pips on board. I don't think we need to win next turn, which we obviously can't. So we'll go to the ink. And friends on the other side. Opponent is sacrificing tempo for cards. Very happy to see that exerted with my Imperial soldier at the ready. When a kid comes in, bouncing our Moana. Ah, that hurts. So we find another Mulan. Oh, we gotta start questing. Questing aggressively. So let's take out Merlin. Give a bit more questing power to Ariel and Rapunzel. Three, 4, 5, 6 next turn. I think we have the quest and call it a day. 13, 12. Moana brings us to 16, 17, 18, 19. We're 1 short. So if the opponent can shift another Pegasus, we will lose. Opponent's going to go with the trade. Now the opponent has 3 lures, up to 15, with another 3, 18 for next turn. Although we can challenge Kit. This is like balancing on the tip of a finger. Just waiting to know where the scales are going to tip to end the game. As Diablo comes in, Diablo's not a big problem right now. It's probably going to be the target of Titan Ambition. Queen's Castle, I'm not overly worried about either. Oh, Pegasus is considering hitting Ariel. Alright, Pegasus goes to quest. So does Kit. Let me find a Lefou. Lefou would be better if we had Mulan on board. Well, I can challenge with Ariel, but I can challenge post Moana trigger. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to deal with Diablo. With our Titan Ambition, we need to combat out the Kit. So let's start with questing. Good 18. Moana trigger. Ariel can take out Kit. Rapunzel can heal Ariel. Let me just hard cast Titan Ambition. Two to Ariel, 2 to Diablo. Keeping our opponent off of the win. And let's ready Ariel as we pass a turn back. Opponent doesn't have the strength to take out Moana. Goes to 19. No goat, no goat. Rabbit. Rabbit's the wrong Merlin to have. $19 to 18. Looks like we managed to balance things so that we'll take the win. Unless the opponent has some surprise. Inca card, play goat. No! It's in these types of games that I wish we could see what our opponent has in hand. Opponent concedes. Oof. That was a close one. This time Moana came in to save the day with her triggered ability. We are playing against Steel Amber, potentially a songs deck, using some singers of our own. Except our singers have Titan Ambitions. So we find a trio of Cinderella, Go the Distance, Titan Ambition ×2 and a Mulan. That seems fine and fun. Let's just keep it as is. Alright, and we go first. So Mulan's gonna feed us some ink as we land a Ballroom sensation to open up the ball. One of the strongest cards from Rise of the Floodborn. The Ballroom Sensation. Small stats, big singing. Powerful voice. I don't know if the shoe fits. Link or Cinderella. Don't have much to do on turn 2. So I'll just pass. Get a small point of lore. Opponent lands a Simba. Bodyguarding nothing. We find ourselves a Moana. We probably don't need the 2 Titan Ambition. Yeah. Apparently this hand is much slower than I thought it would be. Because those 2 drops aren't too useful when Cinderella is sitting as a 1/2. That's okay. We get to look at the beautiful carriage in the background and the lion who says, "Hey, is that made out of pineapple?" pumpkin. Ooh, Pride Lands. Gonna have to highlight that. Simba and the Pride Lands. That's following the lore. Characters get +2 health while in there, and if you control a prince working, everything costs 1 less. All characters cost 1 less. Now, if we find painting the roses red, which is okay. I'd rather keep the princesses at this point. Land a bigger Cinderella. And I see no reason to hit the Pride Lands for 1, or the quest, making our Ballroom sensation vulnerable. So I'll just pass the turn. Getting ready to set up the triumvirate of Cinderellas. Which was first chapter. Gentle and kind. This opponent plays Ariel, finder of songs. Ooh, and a Lefou. Well, that's nice. Have some nice wombo combo action coming on here. I think we ink Moana. Land Big Cindy. One doesn't have much in terms of fighting our Cinderella. You can ignore the Pride Lands, I think. Let's just go to quest and pass the turn back. For the 3 lore count, as we've landed the face of this deck, Cinderella Melody Weaver. 1/5 singer for way too much. Whenever she sings, other princesses get +1. Which is kind of cool. But we do need another princess for that to be really, really good. You can sing Titan Ambition with Cinderella, exert her, ready her with Lefou, sing Go the Distance. Ooh, opponent's landing a big Ariel. That is scary. Very scary. Small reconnection issue. And we draw a Mulan. Fortunately, I don't think we have the time to land Mulan. So we need Cinderella to sing 2 songs. Let's go for it. Singing Titan Ambition. Deal 2 damage to Cinderella, 2 damage to Ariel. Alright, +1 lore. Then we get to hardcast Lefou, ready Cinderella again, go to distance. Now that she's damaged, we can sing, target her, song number 2, all our princesses. Just other princesses. Well, our other princesses are now heavy questers. And, well, we'll land our other 2 characters. Go wide. Quest for 2. Oh, can't quest off of one of these carrots. Well, Cinderella quest for 3. Cinderella quest for 4. Take that, opponent. Wombo combo established. Impact, really not that impactful. But we have a wide board. We might still have a chance of winning, as we've just landed a ton of lore and have a very wide board. But the opponent has the Singer of Doom Ariel, and we're a grab your sword short of being completely destroyed. Maybe the opponent doesn't have it, though. Our board is pretty wide. And then along came Zeus. Opponent decided to move Ariel instead of pinging for 3. And chose to hardcast Along Came Zeus instead of singing it. I'm not sure I would have gone that route. Probably would have sang it with Ariel, ping something for 3. Can take out Cinderella, then have the combat with the Lion King. Because now our opponent's letting us combo. So sing it, Cindy. Up to 2 target creatures get -1. Let's give those to our opponent. Pick up a card. All our princesses get +1 lore for the turn. Sing, quest, and miscount, as we haven't quite won yet. But we're seeing the overwhelming, not so overwhelming power of Cinderella Melody Weaver in this game. Getting lots of triggers we shouldn't have. And, well, we're questing for quite a bit. In this board, if we had the combo from last turn, we'd be set. I mean, it would have given us another +4. Opponent decides to give us a whole new mid of cards. Hard casting a whole new world. Again, not sure why. But hey, I'm not complaining. By singing a couple of Go to Distance, we can go to distance with Cinderella. Opponent's landing more Cinderellas. I guess I should highlight Go to Distance. I really like the song. Card is very specific, but the actual song is pretty cool. Go to Distance, sing it, ready. All the princesses get a boost. Sing it, ready. All the princesses get a boost. Painting the roses red. Sing it. Well, not ready this time. Princesses get a boost. And we'll let the Cinderella, who started it all, win it with a quest for 4. Well, I'm glad our opponent allowed us to do all of the shenanigans, but we really got the combo at its most powerful form with going to distance, and a triple song on a whiteboard of princesses just singing in the harmony. And you can see the little squirrels, little birdies, and everyone's happy with a game like that. Playing princesses against a Ruby Sapphire opponent. Using our Melody Weaver, our Sunshine, and all these other nice and, I was going to say happy cards, but then there's Teeth and Ambition. I mean, ambition can make people happy, right? Maybe it's not as glorious. All right, so I'll keep this. It's pretty good. It's got most of our combo pieces. Find a Be Our Guest. That one we don't care so much for. Off to the ink. Get to land a Sunshine Rapunzel on turn 2. Don't have a nice turn 3 lineup, unfortunately. What's that? Cinderella, Gentle and Kind, just keeps coming back. It's okay, it's an inkable card. I'll let the Sunshine in. Opponent decides to ignore us completely. Then I'll play a poor man's turn 3 and do nothing short of questing with our Sunshiny Rapunzel. Aw, Sisu. Ruining our day. Gonna send away that Mulan. Land, Cinderella, gentle and kind. Problem is we need a bunch of princesses in play for the deck to work. And Sisu was not in the planned cards. Fun's ramping up quite a bit. Multiple jumps ahead now. That's too many Lefous. Let's not get crazy here. Maybe we'll have to play this differently. He wanted to combo with Heat and Ambition, go the distance, but ooh, Madame Medusa. Yeah, princesses are notoriously low-powered, even at high costs. So that Sisu Madame Medusa wombo combo, especially with a bigger Sisu, can be pretty devastating to our board. Opponent's got the board, the ink. The only thing missing is the cards. Honestly, they're not playing in our favor too well. Let's take out that Sisu. And heal, I guess? I'll pass the turn. If Medusa challenges, we'll double heal off of Lefou. And if the opponent does that, well, we'll pretty much just lose. Yeah. Vicious cheater. Sounds about right. So we find a Be Our Guest. Let's see what we can find. Okay. Maybe we can make something happen off of Ariel. We can pick up Bare Necessities, which is not overly useful. But at least we get to land a Lefou. I'll pass the turn back. No target for you, Sisu. All my characters have 2 power now. Yeah, it's not exactly what I'm looking for. Small Cinderella. I can take out Scar. Slow down the clock. I'll still have a character on the board. Small little princess. And Mr. Bully himself, Maui, comes in to make sure that we don't quest anymore. Find Rapunzel. Ooh, and here I'm Flaversham. That'll be it. One gets a stream of cards with board presence and the fact that we have a 1-drop and 2-drop on the battlefield. Yeah. Well, let's see what our opponent has. Tamatoa Sisu. Let's let the Sisu hit and call it. The empowered sibling. I'm waiting, opponent. I know you have it. Put the card on board. The cardboard on the table. Same thing. Opponent decides to slow quest first. Drops the Sisu, and our board blows up. And on that note, I will concede. Good game, opponent. And that concludes the gameplay segment. Wow. I must say I'm impressed. I didn't expect the deck to feel just so well glued together and have consistent good results, even against some of the best archetypes of the metagame right now. I don't think this is a top contender in the metagame, but it's a fairly solid deck. Overall, the redundancy between Cinderella and Mulan, and having access to these readiness effects, to that healing, all of the synergies between those cards felt fairly powerful, and we could just close out the game out of nowhere. Well, out of nowhere, Lorcana style. I mean, takes 2 or 3 turns, the opponent sees it coming but can't do anything about it. That type of line. We also have a fairly good card draw between our songs that keep on drawing one card to replace themselves, and Rapunzel and Ariel that fetch that extra piece for a puzzle. It's fairly decent. Now, our removal suite is lacking, but we're typically the aggressive deck because we're threatening, we're putting out threats early, we're going wide, and the opponent needs to respond to us. So that's not too much of a problem. We do even have some combatability with Mulan. One of the problems is if the opponent starts putting out threatening, high willpower characters, our princesses are like 1 or 2 powered in general. I mean, what's our strongest character? Mulan? Outside of Mulan, we have what? 1, 2, 2, 1, power 2. Is that 2? Yeah, Gentle and Kind seems like a bully for this deck, as even Rapunzel and Cinderella and Moana, 3 of our top ender, are just 1 powered. So there's a little bit of a weakness there, and honestly, that's one of the things preventing the deck from taking one of the top. Let's say it's preventing it from becoming an A-rank deck in the metagame. Probably relinquished to tier 3, maybe pushing tier 2. Yeah, probably a tier 3 deck. Still, felt fairly well glued together. It was very satisfying to play the games. We got a wombo combo in some games, and a bit easier to do than I expected it to be. So I'd highly encourage you to try it out with your friends. It's definitely loads of fun. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video, put a comment below, and subscribe to the channel if you're not yet a subscriber, as I will be continuing to post videos even with the death of Pixelborn. Sorry, Pixelborn. We're going to be moving to some paper gameplay as soon as I run out of Pixelborn footage, which is going to be soon. On that note, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.